Welcome, future Linux experts. Today, we are diving into a massive skill set. How to master Linux manual pages, how your system logs everything behind the scenes, and how to keep your Linux clock accurate down to the second. Skills you will learn in this video: read and navigate man pages, troubleshoot with logs, monitor system journals, control your system time, and NTP like a pro. First up, the man command. Think of it as Google, but built in to Linux. Run man space ls, and boom, everything you ever wanted to know about ls command. And you notice how it is sectioned? Sections of man pages, for example, section 1, user commands, section 2, system calls, section 3, library functions, section 4, special files, section 5, config files, section 8, system admin tools. For example, man space 1 space passwd is a man page for the command passwd. If you run man space 5 space passwd is for the file format. You can think of sections as the type of the man page, what type of information you will get when you run this section or start reading this section for the command. Inside a man page, moving around fast is crucial. Here we are inside ls command man page, so we can use the space bar to scroll down, the key page up and page down to jump between pages. You can search by keyword. Here I will search for the word color. For repeat search forward, you press N small lowercase, and to repeat search backward, you press N capital. The G, it will take you to the top. Shift G, it will bring you at the bottom and the end of the man page. If you press Q, it will just quit. If you don't know the command, you can find it using keywords. Here you can run this command man space dash k lowercase space and the keyword. Here the keyword is password. If I press enter, it will show and list all the man pages that related to that word. It is like a built-in search engine in the man pages installed on your system. Ever wonder where your Linux system whispers its secrets? It's inside /var/log. The key files here: messages for general system events, secure for authentication logs, cron for scheduled jobs, main log for email server logs, boot.log for boot messages. Let's take an example and show how the messages logs looks like. We have to run the command sudo to be able to read these files because they are only accessible by root user. So let's hit enter. And this is how the messages file looks like. Let's take another example by watching SSH logins in real time. Here in this terminal, I will run the command sudo tail and -f for continuous reading at the end of the file and /var/log/secure, and I will press enter. And on the other side in this terminal, I will simulate SSH login to this server by using the command ssh space localhost. I will enter my password. And we noticed here the event just logged in the secure file. And this is how to watch or monitor SSH logins in real time using the logs or the default logs files for Red Hat Linux system. Syslog is organized by facility and priority. It's like sorting mail by urgency and source. Let's take a look to this file /etc/rsyslog.conf. And we go down for the rules. So here, for kernel messages, auth for authentication, cron for scheduled jobs. The priority, we have emerge for emergency, system unusable, alert, immediate action, error for normal errors, info, general info, and debug for debugging details. Linux's modern, smarter logging tool. Say hello to Journalctl. If you run the command directly in your terminal, it will start printing the journals of your system since the system started. Running Journalctl --n --5 will print the most recent journals and limit the number of lines to 5, or the number that you will give as a parameter to that command. Using the -f with the command Journalctl -f or follow, it will show the most recent journals on your system and continuously printing new lines or new entries. You can use that if you want to monitor your system in real time using the command Journalctl. -p here for priority, to print only the messages or the journals with this priority. In this case, I want to print all the journals that is error. You can use -u to monitor a unit or a service on your system. Before we continue, for more information, don't forget to download a copy of the PDF file that related to this video for more information and more clarifications for all the commands used in this video. The link is in description, and as you can see, it is on the screen too. Normally, journal logs are lost after reboot. Let's fix that. First, we will create a directory under /var/log/journal, and let's use sudo here. And we press enter. And then open this configuration file for journal /etc/systemd/journald.conf. Let's hit enter. And we go down, and for this option, we uncomment. And instead of auto, we change it here to persistent. We save the file, write it, and quit. And don't forget to restart the service of systemd journald. Systemd journald. If you are on hurry and you start to see the result and the journals start saved on the disk, you can run this command Journalctl --flush, and we press enter. We can check again, and now it is saved. So this command is just force journal to save all the journals that is in the memory and being saved on disk. Now your logs survive reboot and help troubleshoot future issues. Accurate time is critical. Imagine timestamps mismatching your logs. You can use the command time_date control to print out your time configuration on your system. You can run the same command and using list time zones to list all the available time zones, and you can use any of them to change your time zone. And to change a time zone, you use the command set time zone, and you press sudo, because this command needs a root privilege to be run. And here I will enter Europe, London. I set enter. We enter Europe. Okay. So now when I check again, and now my timing is Europe, London. In case you got weird clock issues, you can disable NTP temporarily to manually set the time. In order to do that, use the command sudo time date control set ntp to false. Now ntp is disabled. We can double check that and we will see here it is inactive. And then you can use the command time date, and again you need sudo time date control parameter set time, and between double quotes you can enter your time here. I will not press enter because I don't want to mess with my time, but for you, in case you faced any issue regarding a weird clock showing on your system, and after you fix the problem, you can go back and enable NTP to true, just like that. Chronyd keeps your clock accurate even with flaky internet. You can check the status of the Chronyd on your system by running system control status Chronyd. If you would like to check the sources where Chronyd used to update the time on your system, run the command chronyd space sources -v. If you see an asterisk, that's your current synced NTP server. Solid. Today you learned Linux documentation, logs, journal monitoring, and precise timekeeping, the real tools that separate casual users from pro sysadmins. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more practical Linux mastery. Thanks for watching.